Zawora, Center of Excellence for Horticulture plants, or we are seeing the blooming of cherry Prunus avium after a spell of rain. Honeybees have come to visit flowers. All around we see the blooming of these 4-year-old cherry plants, which are in thousands all around. Honeybees are at work collecting pollen and nectar so fondly, and also pollinating these cherry blossoms. Zawora is just backside of Dachigam National Park, and we are able to focus on 2 blooms, Prunus avium flowers. New flush of leaves have also started appearing, and within a week's time our flowers will get pollinated. At the Center of Excellence, we are in cherry garden, but nearby we also have some other crops. For example, almond orchard also is there, where the blooms are almost over, and this all work carried out under the supervision of Horticulture Department, J&K. But at the ground level, we see the work has been carried out by Irfan.
Yes.
ये इरफान जी हैं,
And the locals of Zawora.
local of this Zawora village.
Jobs as well, sir.
So he has put all the efforts in the year 2019, and brought this beautiful cherry plantation, all planted in a design. You see, there are many rows, more than 60 or 70 rows, and each row has about 50 or 60 cherry trees. And we also see tortoise shell butterfly, just it flew away. So these are the elegant flowering of cherry, and honeybees are at work because this is sunny morning after yesterday's rainy spell, and blooms are yet to be pollinated. So honeybees also knew they will find some food feast before blooms wither, and cherry blossoms need to be pollinated. This is nature's web of life. Plants and insects, they are dependent on each other. In fact, there was a Cretaceous time when there was a co-evolution of insects and angiosperms. So on one hand we had different shapes and different kind of floral architectures, and some insects got specialized to pollinate some crops, as this plant belongs to Rosaceae family, to which our rose belongs. Not only rose, but even almonds, plums, apricots, they belong to the same family. But we have the peaches and almonds in the subgenus Amygdalus, where the shell is corrugated. But in case of cherries and plums, this is not so. Rather, the stone is rough in case of plums and it is quite smooth in case of cherries. So you will see the stone of cherry fruit. Stone will be smooth. It will not be corrugated. And the beautiful blossoming of cherry has attracted me to visit Zawora village to see the center of excellence, and all around there's a very sweet melodies of honeybees. This is Prunus avium, and also we have close relatives of Prunus avium, for example the Korean cherry or Nanking cherry, also named as Shanghai cherry, botanically identified as Prunus tomentosa, which we see in the wilderness of Dachigam and Sir Hamdan forests. Another close relative of cherry is Prunus prostratus, again that is found around the Wuller Lake near Sopor, and that is having the prostrate habit. Flowers are red in case of Prunus prostrata, and they are white in case of Prunus tomentosa, and similarly they are white in Prunus avium, the cultivated cherry. And we are able to see here even the wild poppies, wild poppy blossom, Papaver dubium. This is also in the ground flora. We have 4 red petals, so bloom is tetramerous, and we have also the flowering of shepherd's purse. This is Capsula versa pastoris, and we see this elegant cherry flowering this time, when not only honeybees but even butterflies and other hymenoptera insects, they have also been attracted toward the blossoms. Here we see the pubescent hairy mustard, which is synapsis. We are witnessing how in nature everything is balanced, and even the climate change or extreme weather events, they impact the pollination and also the yield of fruits. So everything is well connected and it need to be balanced. If there is a early rise in temperature or unseasonal rainfall, then definitely pollination will be impacted, and with that even the fruit production will be severely jeopardized. So when we talk about the United Nations 3 conventions, one convention focuses on biodiversity, convention on biodiversity, where everything, ground flora and wild cultivated relatives, they need to be conserved for posterity, for future improvement of crops. And the other convention focused on climate change, where we need to control the rising global warming, rising temperature. We need to preserve forests, plant more trees so that rise in carbon levels is arrested and temperature is controlled. More rise in temperature means the glaciers will melt, and rise in sea water level, which will also jeopardize the habitation and human prosperity. And third convention agreed upon by the nations is in connection with controlling the desertification. If there is a denudation, deforestation, that leads to soil erosion, and groundwater gets depleted, and thereby there's a start of desertification. For this, we also celebrate 17th June as the International Day to combat desertification. And each year, 22nd May is devoted as the International Day for Conservation of Biodiversity. And we need to protect the delicate balance of nature. And this is the example where we see the back of Dachiga Mountains, Javan and Zawora. And this is Center of Excellence where we see all around the cherry blossoms all around, and honeybees at work to pollinate the cherry crop. We are seeing white flowers of pear, Pyrus communis, and here also honeybees are at work. They are busy in collecting bee forage and in the process pollinating flowers of pear, Pyrus communis is Nashpati, and also Bagugosha, and another is Pyrus pyrifolia, which is also cultivated. And this time of spring, after the flowering of almonds is over, peach flowering is also gone, we are left with the flowers of cherry and the flowers of pear. So at this juncture, when we have entered the month of April, so we are able to see the flowers of pear, white blossoms, and also the flowers of cherry prunus avium. Again the flowers are white. In case of pear, the flower size is a bit larger as compared to flowers of cherry, which are smaller in comparison. The leaves are narrower and they are toothed in case of cherry, but in case of pear, the leaf lamina is without serrations. Lamina is entire, or serrations, if they are there, then they are very insignificant, not that strong as we see in case of cherry. That is another distinction, how to see, differentiate cherry from pear. And most diagnostic feature of cherry is that it's a stone fruit. It's a kind of drupe, where the endocarp is hard and stony, but that is smooth, without corrugations. But in case of pear, it's a kind of pome fruit. Pyrus was also sometimes the genus for apples. So as in apples, similarly in pears, we find there is no hard endocarp, no cartilaginous inside inner core of the fruit is there, but not the hard stony endocarp. So pear or apples, they are that way, without stones, hard stones, and the fleshy thalamus is the main edible part in case of pears and apples. So the students from nearby colleges and schools, they throng to this Zawora Center of Excellence to see the blossoms of many fruit trees, pears, plums, peaches, and apricots. This is the plum. Plum, na? So already flowering is over. Peaches or plums? This block,
Plum, sir.
plum.
Yes.
So already the flowering is over. In plums also we have the white blossoms, and now we have the dense mat of shepherd's purse all around, and they are also very useful as the companion plants, useful in agriculture and horticulture. So they should not be looked down upon as weeds, but they are the associate plants. They help in maintaining the insect population and also improve the productivity of soils. So these are the plums. So here also the flowers have gone, and now we have seen the new spring foliage which has appeared on the twigs. So if they are pollinated successfully, then only those flowers will bear fruits, and unpollinated flowers, they will just fall down and they will not add to the fruit production. So these are the, this is the section where they have raised about 5-6-year-old plums. So some flowers of plums after pollination, and here see a little tinge of pinkish also. Earlier they were quite white, but after pollination they are also showing some kind of pinkish tinge. Leaves have some kind of fine serrations at the margins, and leaves are ovate elliptic. So this is the season of flowers, and in May, June these fruits will mature. That's the midsummer time. In these orchards we also see flowers of henbit. They are purplish pink or magenta colored flowers, mint family, Lamium amplexicol. Even tender leaves are edible and cooked as vegetable. This is henbit, or Lamium amplexicol, sometimes also named as dead nettle, pink dead nettle. And here we have the nitrogen fixing white clover, which is Trifolium repens, and also we could find some plants which is the pink one, that is Trifolium pretens. And here we have another flower which is popularly known as crane's bill flower or Erodium secutarium. So this is the herb Erodium secutarium from the family Geraniaceae, and in this orchard of peaches, this is a peach basically, and peach flowering has just completed, and this is about to, I think already, if they are already pollinated, then these petals will also fall down. And this is the peach, Prunus persica. Almost flowers are gone now, so already flowers stand pollinated, and this is the successful center of excellence orchard devoted to the high yielding improved varieties of cherry, Prunus avium, peaches, Prunus persica, plum, Prunus domestica, some Prunus salicina also. Then we have apricots, that is Prunus armeniaca, named after country Armenia, and that is the blooming of cherry at Zawora, where the high mountains have the clouds in the sky, early morning Sunday. So this is the look of these orchards at Zawora in Pulwama district, Kashmir. शानदार गुले लाला के फूल, जिनको जम्मू में तो मगूने, मग्गे, क्यालू के नाम से जाना जाता है और अंग्रेजी में टुलिप्स। लेकिन ये टुलिप गार्डन नहीं है, एक नेचुरल गार्डन जैसा हमें लग रहा है। ये खूबसूरत लेडी टुलिप्स के फ्लावर्स हैं। अंदर से तो ये वाइट कलर है, लेकिन अगर हम बाहर वाले रंग देखें, पेटल या टेपल्स के बाहर का जो कलर है वो पिंक है। जैसे ये बर्ड देख रहे हैं तो बर्ड्स आर पिंकिश, क्योंकि जो पेटल का जो आउटर सरफेस है वो पिंक है, लेकिन अंदर से ये स्टील टाइप प्योर वाइट टेपल्स हैं, 6 नंबर। तो ये नेचुरल जो ग्रोथ है ना, ये वीट क्रॉप है।
नहीं, ये कैटल्स के लिए है।
अच्छा,
कश्मीर में खसील बोलते हैं।
खसील माने ये काइंड ऑफ ओट्स है,
ये जानवर को ही देते हैं।
ओट की फसल है जो एज ए फॉडर क्रॉप। और यहाँ पे जो खूबसूरत नज़ारा है, एक डेंस कॉर्पेटिंग लेडी टुलिप्स, टुलिपा क्लूजियाना वेराइटी स्टीलेटा, और बहुत ही खूबसूरत नेचुरल ब्यूटी ऑफ द फार्मलैंड्स। दिस इज कश्मीर, पुलवामा डिस्ट्रिक्ट में ये जौरा के नीचे का एरिया है।
बेफिना।
क्या नाम है?
बेफिना सर।
वैकिना?
बेफिना।
बेफिना। तो बेफिना के गांव में हम देख रहे हैं ये लेडी टुलिप्स, गुले लाला का तलिस्म, शानदार फ्लावर्स। कोई माली नहीं है, खुदा ही इसका माली है। खुदा नहीं, खुद यहाँ पे एक टुलिप गार्डन सजा रखा है। इनके जो कंद होते हैं, ट्यूबर्स होते हैं, उनको खाया जाता है। और वर्ल्ड वार 2 में स्पेशली यूरोप के हॉलैंड और स्कॉटलैंड के एरिया में इनको खाया गया था। और अभी भी कई लोग पहाड़ों में इसकी जो बल्ब्स हैं उसको निकाल के खाते हैं। लेकिन बल्ब जो है वो बहुत नीचे होता है, कम से कम 6-8 इंच नीचे खोदने पर ही वो बल्ब मिलता है। और एक कहानी भी है कि एक शहजादी, जिसके 3 जो लवर्स हो गए शहजादे, और तीनों लवर्स ने अपने अपनी तरफ से उसको एक गिफ्ट दिया। एक लवर ने उसको क्राउन दिया, ताज दिया, और दूसरे ने तलवार दी जो एक सिंबल ऑफ पावर है, और तीसरे ने सोने की एक थैली दी। और माना जाता है कि वो लड़की शहजादी ये डिसाइड नहीं कर पाई कि किसके साथ वो शादी करे, और वो तीनों को जो है उसने शादी नहीं की। और मरने के बाद उसकी ऐश से जहां वो दफनाई गई, वहीं से ये फूल निकला है, गुले लाला टुलिप। और जो एक लवर ने ताज दिया था, क्राउन दिया था, वो आज का फूल है। मैंने उसकी ऐशेज से फूल जो है वो उसके लवर के ताज का जो है हमें याद दिलाता है। ये ताज जैसा जो फूल है। और दूसरा जो शहजादा था उसने तलवारें दी, तो तलवारों नुमा के ये पत्ते हैं, ये आप देख रहे हैं, ये पत्ते जो हैं तलवारों का ही सिंबलाइज कर रहे हैं, तलवारें जैसी। ये पतले लंबे पत्ते जो गिरे हैं, ये शमशीर की तरह। और तीसरे लवर ने जो दिया था गिफ्ट, सोने की थैली, वो जो है इन टुलिप्स का कंद है, बल्ब है, जिसमें फूड मटेरियल होता है जिसको हम खा सकते हैं। तो मतलब कहने का मतलब ये है कि इस गुले लाला के साथ कितनी ही वाबस्तगी रही है हमारे अर्लियर कम्युनिटीज़ की, और उन्होंने इसको किस तरह से अपनी कथाओं में, कहानियों में, मिथ्स में, फोक टेल्स में जिंदा रखा है इस गुल को। और इस गुल के नगमे जो है कश्मीर की चांदहारा की हब्बा खातून जूनी उसने भी गाए हैं। तो इन फूलों को देख के ही वो कितनी एक फ्लावर लवर या नेचर लवर हुई थी। और हब्बा खातून ने गुलमर्ग में जब इसी किस्म के कई फूल जो हैं देखे थे गुलमर्ग के एरिया में, तो उसको जगह का नाम जो है गुलमर्ग हब्बा खातून का ही दिया हुआ नाम है। तो हम कह सकते हैं कि आज हम हब्बा खातून की ही स्थली में हैं, पामपोर के फार्मलैंड्स में। यहाँ पे हब्बा खातून की याद में कह लीजिए जो गुले लाला के खूबसूरत फूल जो हैं महक रहे हैं, अपनी खूबसूरती लुटा रहे हैं।